Well, hello and welcome to what is my first Tench video of the new season. I'm down on the local club lake and it's my first full day fishing for the Tench. I've had a couple of half days. I fished a morning a few weeks ago and I spent, to be honest, most of my time raking the swim, clearing some spots in the swim that I wanted to fish, and didn't get any action. But I had another evening session, only like 3 or 4 hours, on the opposite side of the lake, just doing a bit of float fishing. But again, no tench to report. But that was all a few weeks ago, very early in the season for the tench, really. And this is, like I say, the first full day out, and the first day I've given it a go when the weather's felt, up to delivering a tench or two. I've got 2 rods out, fishing the margins really. There's like a channel that runs parallel to the bank here, and I've got both my rods in that channel. I'm fishing the worm kebab on inline feeders on both rods. One's popped up using a small bit of boilie and one's on the bottom. And so far no signs of fish really. It's there's a cold northeasterly, so I'm on the back of the wind where it's a bit calmer, not quite as cold, and I'm hoping that's gonna be where the fish are. But we'll give it a few hours, and if I don't see anything or have any action, I'll probably have a walk around the lake again, see if I can see signs of any fish, and probably move. But let's see how this goes anyway. Well, first sign of any action, and the rod goes flying off, and I've bagged my first tench of the year. Looks like a decent one as well. Excellent. Look at that, £9 1 ounces. What a great way to start the season. A £9, it's my first 9 out of this lake. Amazing. Caught on the worm. Look at that awesome fish. Well, hopefully this is a sign of good things to come this year. But awesome, look at that. Anyway, let's put it back and get that rod back out, because maybe it's got a mate. Awesome though.
No, I know. I'll go for, will you know it yet? 65. 65.
This time I'm on the Carp Society's Horseshoe Lake near Lechlade, one of Tench Fisher's national fishing. So it's a 3-day event, Friday morning through to Sunday afternoon, and I think there's about 35 of us. We've got the whole of Summer Bay to ourselves, and as you can see, the weather at the moment is absolutely miserable. I think everyone's kind of got here. We did the draw, and we've all, you know, scuttled around to get the bivvies up and to get all our stuff into the bivvies, so it's all relatively dry. I have done a bit of marker work, and I have found a couple of spots. It's actually the same spot I'm going to put 2 baits on, and I've put a bit of bait out as well. And now I'm just going to tie up a few new hook links. I haven't got the rods out, as you can see. It's a barbless venue, and most of my fishing's done with micro barbed hooks, so I'm having to tie a few rigs, but it gives me time to sort of have a warm drink and to dry out a little bit, because I'm pretty wet at the moment. But looking forward to it. It's the first overnighter, first weekend session for the Tench this year, and fingers crossed that we all get a bit of action today and over the next couple of days. You can probably see in the background that it's super foggy, so I couldn't see what I had until I got it right in the net. I've got my first tench of the session. I've actually lost 2 fish. I'm using barbless hooks, and I've bumped 2 fish in the night. Well, one sort of late evening and one in the dark. But this is £6.2, so it's nice to get on the score sheet. And it's a lovely example of a horseshoe tench. Lovely. So let's get this back and get that rod back out again, because it might be feeding time. So, managed to finally land one. I've lost 2 fish to hook pulls quite quickly after striking into them. One was definitely due to a bit of worm covering the hook point. I'm not sure about the other one, but good to have landed one and to get this Tench Fisher's fishing off the mark for me. As you can see, I've woken up and it's very foggy. It's actually a bit more dense when I landed the fish. I couldn't see what it was until it was pretty much in the net. But we've now got the rod back out, and fingers crossed we don't have any more problems with hook pulls and we get a few more bites. Hopefully that rain stays away as well, because it was horrible yesterday. But a lovely Tench Fisher's morning. $201.
Hey, nice one, Pat. Thank you.
Next ticket's number 171.
We've got a few hours left on the lake, but rain is imminent as well, so I think a lot of the anglers are sort of packing up before everything gets wet again. Most of the fish have come from up towards the mouth of Summer Bay. There's only been a small scattering of fish caught from down in Summer Bay where I am. I managed to have the one fish, and I lost 3. I lost one this morning at the net. But yeah, very frustrating. It could have been a different story for me, really. But bad angling. There you go. A bit rusty, I suppose. So I've been down the Club Lake since this morning, doing a lot of tidying up around the lake, doing a bit of strimming and tidying up, clearing the car park and that kind of thing, because we've got a Tench event at the weekend that I'm running, the Tench Social. But I've put the rods in the car, so when I finish the hard work I could come down and see if I can catch myself a tench. And this is the first one of the evening. 6-pounder. Lovely job. Caught at range on the worm. So anyway, let's put this lovely lady back and get that rod back out and see if we get another one. Lovely day. Yeah, it feels like a tench. Pipe it over to the left for some reason. See? Lovely dark one. What's that? Is that a bird?
I think that was a fish rolling.
Excellent. So I got tench number 2, only a little one, 312. But look at these lovely fish from this lake. Dark emerald coloured tench with black fins. Proper tench. Lovely evening as well. Sun's setting, it's nice and warm. There's fish rising in the swim, fizzing in the swim. Down with a mate. What more could you want? Lovely. I've got tench number 3. Just a small one, I'm not going to weigh it. I just lost one of the similar size at the net. Put the rod back out on the spot, and within, I don't know, 10 minutes if that, it went again. So there's probably a shoulder of these slightly smaller ones moved in, but this one is like quite a few of the fish that have come out recently. God, it's flapping all over the place. It's got signs of cormorant damage, which is a bit sad to see. So there's marks. It's got it on the other side as well, and we are starting to see a few fish like that. But other than that, look at these fish, they're lovely. It's that dark green colour, I love it. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to weigh it, I'm just going to put it straight back. Get that rod back out, hopefully we'll get a big one. Nice evening though. Well, I was just packing everything away. Just got the rods, net and mat out, so I've had to go get the scales again. But I've got my 4th fish of the evening, having lost one at the net. And it's the biggest of the session. There we go, 7-7, all the 7s. Lovely though, and obviously you can see it's dark now, so I'll be going home once I put this back. But lovely, nice short evening session, and a good setup for the Tench Social at the weekend. Lovely job. Anyway, let's put it back. So here we are, local club lake, their annual Tench social that I'm running, and this is the first evening of a 3-day session. It's about 7 o'clock, just gone 7. I've had my rods in the water for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, and it's been quite a long day really. Got here nice and early, walked around the lake a couple of times, did the draw. I was last out of the hat, so I didn't have a choice of swim. I was left with the least favoured of the swims. It's a swim I've not fished before. It's right down the far end, round the back of the lake, well out the way. So on one hand there's no angling pressure other than me really, but on the other hand it's a bit hit and miss as to whether the fish get right back here. There's a lot of fish sort of moving around, fizzing all over the lake, and this is probably the part of the lake that's seen the least of the action. But in the last sort of 15 minutes there has been some fizzing on one of my bait spots. Hasn't given me a bite yet though. Fishing the worm on both rods. There's been one fish caught down the other corner of this bank to a fellow tench fisher. It's the first fish of the fishing, and then one lad's had 3 out in quite quick succession really, and a carp. So there are fish being caught. There's lots of fish moving around and feeding around the lake. Not a huge amount of action here, but like I say, I've only been fishing for a short period of time, and I think, you know, got the baited spots, well raked spots, and I think it's just a waiting game now. Hopefully something will turn up. So fish number 2, 4:15 male. I think it must be about 4 o'clock in the morning. This was on my other spot, so that's a fish off each spot now. Excellent. Let's put him back. So it's 10 to 5 in the morning on day 2 of the Tench social on the club lake, and I've had a couple of fish. I totally forgot to take video of the first one, so this photo will have to do. And the first fish was on the worm kebab, the second one was on a small wafter. One from each spot, like I said, and feeling much better about this swim choice now. Well, I say choice, it wasn't a choice, it was the only swim left when I pulled out the hat. But pleased to have got a couple of fish from a swim that I've never fished before, and from one that wasn't favoured by anybody. So happy man after day 1 really. So I'm going to fish it a couple more hours yet before I put any more bait out, just to see if we can get another one of these more early morning bites without disturbing things too much. But boy, it was a bit cold last night. I wasn't ready for it really. I was ready for a balmy summer evening, and that's not what it felt like at all. It's nice to wake up and there's mist on the water.
Picked up, that float will lift. It won't lift a lot, but it'll lift enough that I know it's a lift bite.
So that's fish number 3. I've just rested the swim for 6 hours because of the barbecue and sorting everything out, and got back and what, John, it was like not even 5 minutes.
It was, yeah.
Straight away. So anyway, let's put this little blighter back and hopefully we'll get some of the bigger ones. Hopefully they're on the spot. So it's 5:30ish, and I'd just woken up, so it didn't get me out. It didn't get me out of bed. I was already out of bed, but for my fourth fish of the event. Only a little one, 213. But it goes towards that total score. Not that I'm going to win now. I'm way behind the top of the board, but nice to get the fourth fish. That's the second one off the other spot. So that's 2 off each spot. Still on the worm again. So worm's winning 3-1. To the wafter, but another classic little Dorch tench, that sort of dark emeraldy colour tench with the black fins. Pretty fish. Anyway, let's put it back and I'll have a drink just to wake me up properly.